The biggest critique I think we had, the most controversial point, was the word, fundamentalism. It's distinctively an American word. You won't find it in any dictionary anywhere before 1920s or later. As far as we could tell, the word was patented in 1920 in a Baptist magazine and began being organizations. By 1925, it broke big. It was our word. What we learned in the project was 1925, the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt, RSS and BJP in India, all over the world. You suddenly had this eruption. What was happening was that traditional cultures were being besieged by migration, immigration, technology, whatever it was, and they had to make sense of it. And many made easy transitions. Others got their backs up and legitimately feeling threatened, invented new ways. So we saw fundamentalism not as the old-time religion, not as this plain tradition, although it worked with old-time religion. It was a very modern phenomenon. Think of this, the mid-20s, radio. Think what that did to reduce boundaries. Think how hard it was to keep out voices you didn't like. Think of how you could propagate. Del Rio, Texas had little fundamentalist Baptist stations, and they got all over the country. You would never have heard of them otherwise. The coverage of the primal event of 1925 in America, the Scopes trial, in which William Jennings Bryan and Clarence Darrow duke it out. Well, WGN Radio Chicago was on the spot, and every day you learned what had gone on in Texas. It used to take years for that to happen. So I think we're still living with that. I think there's a new, if I can use the word twice in one conversation, new quantum leap that came with digitalization and the internet. It's harder to keep walls, so you have to work harder to build walls. And there's a lot of that going on.